World Partnership Project is a flagship project of the European Commission under the COSME program of the European Union for the competitiveness of small and medium-sized enterprises. Considered a flagship program, World becomes the only European project where designers, SME manufacturers, and tech providers converge around the development of innovative and design-oriented project ideas that help them remain competitive through the incubation support provided. In the framework of the last year of Europe 2020 agenda, Worth is proud to present the results of the second round of 62 partnership projects committed to the development of a more smart, sustainable, and inclusive growth through design solutions. Within Worth, an ecosystem is created where designers and SMEs can work together in solutions covering the key challenges of the European Union. One of them being the reinvention of craftsmanship and European heritage preservation. 1 in every 4 of the second call winning partnerships addresses any challenge related to the reinvention of the craftsmanship and how this faces the modern world and its need to survive. There is a huge number of skilled crafters around Europe, carrying their culture and talents that have been passed down generations over generations. Moreover, it is for UNESCO an important form of cultural expression to the extent that it reflects the aesthetics, the symbolism, and worldviews of productive communities. In this sense, craftsmanship is an essential part of the traditional economies and produces everyday objects using designs and motifs that are meaningful to the community. By addressing this challenge, Worth aims to inspire the creatives on how craftsmanship techniques and skills can work together with disruptive technology and techniques around an innovative design in the modern era without compromising its DNA nor centurial European heritage.
Hello, my name is Fabio Molinas and I'm the co-founder of Levio Company. Our mission is to provide eco-materials and fabrics introducing new application of cork waste in a more ecological way, thanks to bio-based contents and a high percentage of cork residue. Our products come from the stoppers industry leftovers placed in the island of Sardinia, providing a much more animal-friendly alternative and introducing also more ethical and democratic materials that can be used for plenty of application. We entered in the partnership project with FabLab Venezia. FabLab is a digital fabrication lab born in 2014 with the aim of helping enterprise designers, artisans developing their own ideas and innovative projects using digital technologies such as 3D printing, CNC and robotics. And also with the help of the chemical company, we develop a new bio-based material made out of cork waste and compostable polymers. So the objective of this project is to create filament for 3D printers, thus generating a resin that allows printing objects based on cork dust, improving thermal performance and becoming lighter.
We Are Not in This Alone is a time lamp that uses bioluminescence as light source. We are, as a ceremony, designers of light based in Berlin, and this is the story of our project. The project started as a research on sustainable ways of producing light. By looking deeper in the lighting industry, we soon realized that there is not real sustainability in the use of LED light sources or solar batteries, and then the environmental impact of anything we produce as designers is unquestionable. Our will to explore natural ways of producing light led us to rediscover the bioluminescence as light source, such an inspiring phenomenon. By studying the bioluminescence of the oceans, we learned that there is no emission of light without movement, and movement means time. We understood the deep bond between time, nature, and light, and we tried to translate this concept into a sculptural time lamp. In order to induce the movement analogically, we came up with the idea of using gravity to generate the motion needed for our algae to shine. By doing this, we also defined a strong bond between the microorganisms, the light, and the humans. Thanks to Worth Partnership Project, we established a successful collaboration with Arkham Glass in France. Together, we work on details and different production techniques to give the algae the best possible shelter that could protect them and also induce the movement to make them shine. We Are Not in This Alone is part of an ongoing research on natural light sources, and we hope it can act as a springboard for future studies on how to incorporate bioluminescence in our daily lives.
I am Edina Andrássy, a designer working in the field of ceramics. I live in Budapest, Hungary. My partner is the Devo Home company from the Ukraine. They grow and process industrial hemp. We found each other through the Worth Partnership project. I am the type who likes to indulge in the material. My inspiration usually arises from the properties of the material. The mysterious translucency of porcelain led me to a series of experiments with this property. To facilitate working with this non-elastic material, artists sometimes mix it with paper pulp. Using this technique, I came up with the idea of applying it in such a way where the structure of the paper is also visible and enables the formation of patterns and ornaments. All these experiments were simultaneous and parallel with my life situation of early motherhood. I was building very thin and fragile porcelain shapes when I myself felt very vulnerable as well. Beyond the liberating, joyful experience of working with this method and what it meant to me at that time, it slowly but surely also gave birth to the idea of designing lamps with this technique. Worth Partnership Project helped me think purposefully about this work and set a goal, namely to make a product that brings back the value of craft into our lives. In the city where I live, I am surrounded by buildings and artifacts from the golden era of craftsmanship. This is the aesthetic I would like to smuggle back into our interiors in a contemporary form. Moving and transporting porcelain objects, it's a challenge. So when I came up with the concept of the lamp, I also had to think of its packaging. I realized that I will need a big amount of anti-fracture material, and that is usually plastic.
name is Orsi Orban and I'm a Berlin-based textile and product designer with a big passion for innovation, textiles, 3D art and 3D modeling. My project partner in Vert Partnership Project is the Budapest-based company Makerspace.hu. The company's main profile is education technology, however, within Vert they were supporting me with the technical knowledge and background with which we were able to develop, test and eventually manufacture the final prototype. It all started off as a passion project. I was trying to create something new based on the tradition of weaving, something I already knew, and some newly acquired skills, 3D modeling and laser cutting technology that I taught myself in the last 2 years. As a result, Project Minta was born. It's a new and intricate tool for creating unique, striking surfaces which can be applied in many different scenarios. Such a highly versatile design has a home in a word that appreciates and craves newness. With the structure system, I can create an unlimited number of new designs while also staying in touch with tradition. The collaboration with Makerspace and especially my contact within the company, Attila Jeremias Király, has benefited the project in many great ways. In the beginning, Makerspace was only responsible, well, they were only supposed to be responsible for the laser cutting services, but with time, Attila's role outgrew the original idea. He supported the technical side of the project far beyond laser cutting and also became a partner with whom I could share questions and issues about the project with on a daily basis. Vert Partnership Project had a major impact on the values I'm aiming for and also want to represent in my profession. It gave me space and the time to be able to explore, experiment and develop a system which potentially could be the base of many future projects of mine, as well as a whole new way of design approach.
Hi, I'm Amandine David. I'm a designer and researcher based in Brussels. I am fascinated by the similarities of postures between people working with new technologies and traditional craftsmen. The project Crossing Parallels is an exploration at the crossroad between basket weaving and 3D printing. By mixing those two techniques, my goal is to reveal the connection I see in between millennial craft techniques and digital manufacturing. The whole project is based on a cross-disciplinary collaboration. I worked with Joris van Tubegen, who is an engineer and inventor specialized in 3D printing, and Esme Hoffman, who is a basket weaving master. The three of us come from different fields, but we do share a mindset, being interested in the process and the technical challenges of object making. Together, we developed a material research archive as a library. It is made of samples, failed experiments, models. Challenging the horizontal layering of 3D printing brought us to hijack a 3D printer in order to make the first version of the rotary printer. Thanks to War's project, we upgraded the rotary printer. This second version allowed us to print bigger and more precise pieces. I then used this tool to produce flexible fibers. Each line I draw is a fiber for Esme to weave. With her hands and traditional skills of basket weaving, Esme gives those fibers a meaning, a shape, a function. We believe that traditional craft knowledges are valuable to contribute to the evolution of our relations to new technologies. Crossing Parallel reflects our hybrid collaboration challenge the applications and aesthetics of digital manufacturing.
Scala is a collaboration between Tessitura Luigi Bevilacqua and Studio Flair. The project links a centuries-old craft of Venetian weaving art with a young design approach from Berlin. Every single piece of fabric tells a unique story. Scala captures those stories and combines their history with a contemporary design and sustainable strategy. Therefore, only leftover clippings are selected for reuse and applied to a series of tabletop accessories.
Hi, my name is Andrei and I'm the founder and CEO of Fine. Fine is a sustainable streetwear brand focused on one specific goal: to accelerate the growth of sustainable fashion. What does that mean? It's fairly simple. We want more consumers to switch from conventional fashion to sustainable fashion faster than in the past. But while it sounds very easy, it is actually very difficult to achieve. And the main reason for it is that sustainability itself is not a selling proposition. It's a feature at best. So with Fine, we've set out to find new and exciting ways to convert more consumers faster to sustainable fashion. As of today, 4 years after our founding, we found exactly 2 ways to achieve that. Number 1, we give consumers what they already love, but in a sustainable way. Second, we excite our consumers with innovation. With our Worth project, we've combined both of those ways. The new sustainable Fine bomber jacket is the perfect mix of innovative sustainability and a fashion evergreen everyone loves. Now, the problem with bomber jackets in the past has always been they didn't look like bomber jackets. They looked more like blousons. They didn't have the shiny look, no smooth surface. It just didn't really work out. How do we know? We produced them.
We are Myers & Fügmann, a textile and product design studio based in Berlin. To develop the prototype of the Vivid Curtain, we teamed up with Fritsch, a dyeing company in Austria, and Rohleder, a weaving mill in South Germany. As morally driven designers, we ask ourselves, what can we add to the world? What are really sustainable processes or materials? And what makes a user keep an object longer, maybe even forever? We were trained as textile designers, and during our studies, we found out about the environmental harm caused by the textile industry, especially the coloring industry. We wanted to avoid toxic chemicals and the use of non-renewable resources, so we started to work with wool and natural pigments. Natural pigments have a lower light fastness than synthetic pigments. They fade faster when exposed to UV light. People often see this as a negative quality, but we wanted to use it as a quality in our design. We produced a woolen curtain that reacts to sunlight. In one product, we have combined naturally dyed yarns, which have a lower light fastness, with synthetically dyed yarns. At first the curtain is monochrome, and over time some areas of the curtain will start to fade and slowly reveal a pattern. Depending on where it's hung, every curtain will become a unique painting made by light. Since it will take months of sunlight for the curtain to fade, we had to work with simulations of bleached patterns to develop its design. Besides finding an attractive pattern, we were looking for a high-quality touch and fall. The Worth Partnership project helped us move our idea out of the studio, giving it an industrial scale and helping us bring a naturally dyed product onto the interior design market. We were able to research our light-responsive technology and are really happy with the high-quality textile we created in collaboration with our partners. In the coming month, we will expose the curtain in sunny windows to see examples of how our product will evolve in time. Not only is the curtain itself made sustainably, it makes a statement about overconsumption, showing how a consumer can have a lasting relationship with a product. Both the user and the object grow old gracefully, side by side.